Yo, what is up guys? It's Geerzy here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do infinite 90s. I will be showing you 3 methods of infinite 90s. Some will involve not jumping at all, but others will allow you to cancel jump fatigue halfway through. This means you can do 90s all the way to sky limit without stopping. Infinite 90s may seem quite difficult to learn at first, but if you can get the right techniques and position your character in the right spot, they will actually be a lot easier than you first think. Anyways, with all of that said, let's hop right into it. The first method I'll be showing you is no jumping metro 90s. These 90s are most likely the easiest out of the 3 to learn, and in my opinion, the most effective. Please note that you can do all 90s to the right or left side, but for the purpose of this video, we're just going to be doing them to the right because that's what I'm best at. They should look something like this. To do these 90s, position yourself as far left on the ramp as you can go. Then move up to the corner, and practice doing this motion as fast as you can. After that, keep repositioning yourself to where you were on the first layer, and repeat the same process. Once you're able to do this technique perfectly, try doing it while running. Just do 1 layer to start. Basically, the more you practice, the better you'll get. A mistake that will happen a lot when you first learn these 90s is you're gonna get Harry Pottered. If this problem keeps happening to you and you can't seem to get the 90s down, this means you're probably too close to the middle of the ramp. To counter this, start doing them more on the side. The most effective way to use this is to do one of the 90s I just taught you, then follow up with 3 normal 90s as fast as you can. Most pro players only do 3 90s to start with in a build battle, so by using this method, you allow yourself to be 1 story higher than your opponent right off the bat. Next up, I'll be showing you no jumping Nick A30 style 90s. Nick A30 90s are easily some of the fastest infinite 90s, but are by far the hardest to learn because if you're not at the exact right spot each layer, you will Harry Potter yourself. For reference, Nick A30 said this on Twitter and showed himself doing some of his 90s. Roll the clip. I found that the easiest way to learn these 90s for beginners is to go to the top left corner of the ramp, then look quickly right, and then straight down. For example, only once you've mastered these 90s while walking is when you should do them while running, because these 90s are quite hard to perform. One really important thing to note when doing these 90s is to be quick with your turns, otherwise you will just get stuck under the ramp because the floor will not push you up onto it. Next up, we have jump fatigue cancellation metro 90s. These 90s are a little different than the last 2. Instead of not jumping while doing your 90s, you're going to be canceling out your jump fatigue after the 3rd 90. This allows for some pretty speedy high ground. This is what they look like. To do these 90s, you first have to know how to do metro 90s. Metro 90s are essentially the first 90s I taught you except with jumping. They are a lot easier because you don't have to be at the very edge of the ramp to do them. But once you've done 3 in a row, your jump fatigue will start to kick in. To cancel out all jump fatigue, you're going to run up to the top of the ramp, then curve your character 90 degrees, then do the next 90. If done correctly in-game, this can be a super powerful 90 to gain high ground over everyone else. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy or found anything of value, consider dropping a like and feel free to subscribe if you're new. You can also use code Geerzy in the item shop to greatly support the channel. Anyways, I hope you guys have an awesome day and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.